Earlier you talked about going to the airport with the work ID. And I think sometimes it's because most of our work ID are only photo IDs. They don't have biometric details. And at the airport, they will want to use the biometric details. So I think that's an aspect that we also work on. The work ID should have biometric details so that you can also use it. But my own question is the swiftness with which the operators, talking about NCAA, FCAA, the airline operators responded to this recent issue. Why have we not seen such swiftness, like the instances you highlighted, where flights are delayed, flights cancelled, nobody apologizes, and because nobody dared to even take them to court, and it's an impunity, they keep doing it. Why don't we have that swiftness from these agencies in responding to these odd behaviors of operators?
Well, maybe we should ask Festus Keyamo, the aviation minister, because I think the excuses have always had this, oh, you know, the fragility of the aviation sector, you just have to understand with them. But they don't understand with the flying public. If I pay, I mean, in my column in The Punch yesterday, I explored the different transport system, and I call for a safe and efficient, integrated and efficient transportation system for Nigeria. That was what I wrote on in my column yesterday in The Punch. And I looked at the aviation sector. It's shrinking. Passengers flying are reducing. Why? You pay the highest sum out of all the four means of transportation, by air, by road, by water, or by what is the fourth one? By rail. It's the flight, is the flight that is the costless. One way, 1 hour flights in Nigeria you can pay almost 350,000 for one way, not 2 ways. Depending on the day, depending on the time you purchase the ticket. But do you get value for money? The answer is no. Sometimes these airport officials and even the airline operators are very discautious. Even if, okay, you are making an excuse for them that the reason why they will reject your ID card is because it doesn't carry your biometrics. But that's not true. What the photo ID, what is needed for photo ID is to know whether you are actually the person in that flight. You don't need, this is not international flight. You don't need biometrics of me flying because they don't make photocopy. They don't scan. It's just to say you have a means of identification. And this is a local flight, it's not international. But assuming without considering that you are right, that it should contain your biometrics, why don't you educate the flying public enough to know that this is what they have to have on them if they want to fly? Now, I see a lot of pampering by the Aviation Regulatory Agency. When it is the customer that is wronged, to claim your right, even if they cancel and you said you want your money back, you may not get your money in 6 months. Refund. It has happened to me several times. There was a day we were coming to Abuja from Lagos after an official assignment, and we were kept at the airport, 2 p.m. flight. By 7 p.m., after 5 hours, they told us the connecting flight from Port Harcourt is delayed because of weather conditions. Okay, we now decided that we are going to buy another flight, another airline ticket. If you see the form we have to fill, I'm not sure whether eventually the organization has gotten paid. And this happens. Most airlines, most airports are not in the city centers. When you delay people, you are risking their lives.
All right.
If I'm supposed to fly on 2 p.m., okay, if you are going to Abia, there's no airport in Abia, you fly to Owerri or you fly to Enugu. You are still going to do road travel interstate. But the moment your flight is delayed, you may end up sleeping at the airport if you don't have money to go and get an hotel.